In 2022, The Batman came out, directed by Matt Reeves. I saw. Did I see this one in theaters? I'm not exactly sure, but either way, I really enjoyed it. For one, it was honestly nice for me to see Robert Pattinson get a big role. Yeah, he was Cedric Diggory in Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, but before The Batman came out, honestly, most people in America knew him as Edward the Sparkling Vampire Cullinson, so it was great to see him actually get to play Batman. I thought he did a really good job playing the character. I think that this movie visually looks good. I think the story is well told. I think the movie is well written. I like that this movie actually explores the idea that, hey, Thomas Wayne wasn't perfect. You look at the Christopher Nolan Dark Knight trilogy, and based on what we see from Thomas and Martha Wayne, you get the impression that they were good people, that were not greedy or corrupt, that had no nefarious motives, that didn't really make any major mistakes. And then you go back to Batman, Batman Returns, Batman Forever, Batman and Robin. They didn't explore Thomas and Martha Wayne. The Joker, it doesn't really it explores Thomas Wayne more, to be sure, but that's not actually a Batman movie. So it's interesting the exploration we got in the Batman. We learned that it's not that Thomas Wayne was a bad person who had nefarious motives, but he did make a mistake that he ended up regretting. And I like that the movie implies that Carmine Falcone might have been responsible for Bruce's parents' deaths, but ultimately the movie leaves it up to interpretation. It doesn't definitively give an answer either way, but puts enough things out there where you go, yeah, I could see Carmine being behind it because he had the means and motivation to do so. I think the music is really good. Michael Giacchino is a good composer, a skilled and talented composer. I like the villain of the Riddler. I like the different way this movie portrays him. He comes off more as a villain from a David Fincher movie. Comes off like a serial killer that you'd see in Seven or The Killer that came out in 2023. It's different from the previous on-screen versions of the Riddler we've gotten. I like that you have Penguin and Catwoman in the movie, but they're not the main villains. They're just in there to show that this is a populated Gotham that has a history to it. There are other people out there who aren't necessarily the main villains right now, but they're out there and so they can be explored further. I like the arc for Batman in this movie, where he goes from being the guy who just cares about the mission, just cares about vengeance, to being the person in the end who actually leads the people of Gotham to safety. I love that moment at the end where one of the Riddler's goons actually says, I am vengeance, right to Batman. And it's like Batman's looking into a mirror. He sees, oh no, this is bad. I'm not having a positive impact on the city. I've been having a negative impact on the city because I've actually been in reality doing the exact opposite of what I intended. I've actually been inspiring Gotham's criminals, which isn't what I wanted, but that's what I've been doing, so I need to actually be better. And that's what we see from Batman at the end of the movie. Could this have been a bit shorter? Yeah, I think it could have been, but ultimately I still really enjoyed it. I enjoyed getting a standalone Batman film, not in the DCEU or the upcoming DCU, just its own thing. And it's great for me to see Matt Reeves do another movie after he did Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, because he did such a good job there